Good morning, students. Chapter number 16, Water, a precious resource, is going on. In the first four period, we learn about how much water is available for us to use, forms of water, how groundwater is an important source of water, depletion of water table, reasons of depletion of water table, that is increasing population, increasing industries and agriculture activities. Then we learn about distribution of water is uneven on the earth, water management. In that we learn about rainwater harvesting and drip irrigation and how they are useful to save the water. Today we will see the remaining part of this chapter. Now see our next point, a case study. Bhojpur in Kutch area of Gujarat has very erratic rainfall. Erratic, irregular, aniyamit. The only source of fresh water lies underground because rivers in this area do not have water throughout the year. Now Bhojpur, it is the area from Gujarat and it has a very less rainfall, erratic, less or irregular rainfall, and the only source of the fresh water is lies underground. Is lies underground. They are using underground water because the rivers in these areas do not have water throughout the year because of the less rainfall. Over the years, the demand of the water has grown. Over the years, the demand of water has grown because of the increasing population and the withdrawal or agriculture activities. Many more reasons will be there, and the demand of water will be increases, and the withdrawal of groundwater has far exceed recharge, and the withdrawal, they are depend only on the groundwater, and that's why when the demand of water will be increases, the withdrawal of groundwater is also increases, but recharge is reduced. The recharging of that water is reduced. As a result, the water table has gone डाऊन अलारामिंगली. जेव्हा ते पाणी वापरायचे, ज्यावेळेस पाण्याचा वापर वाढू लागला, त्यावेळेस काय झालं, वॉटर टेबल खाली जाऊ लागला. कारण पाण्याचं रिचार्ज, पाऊस नसल्यामुळे ते पाणी रिचार्ज होत नव्हतं, ते पाणी भरून निघत नव्हतं, जेव्हा पाण्याचा वापर भरून निघत नव्हता. In 1989, the villagers, along with non-governmental organization, decided to harvest rainwater. In 1989, the villagers and the non-governmental organization, they decided to harvest the rainwater. They adopted rainwater harvesting system. 18 check dams were built on the Rukmavati river and its many tributaries. And after they adopt the rainwater harvesting system, they built the dams. They built 18 dams on Rukmati river and its many tributaries. Tributaries, Upanadya. Main river, Rukmati. The water so collected increased percolation through the soil and recharged the aquifers. And the water which is collected into the dam, and due to the percolation, it recharged the aquifers. Percolation, पाझरणे, पाणी पाझरू लागलं डॅममध्ये. ज्यावेळेस पाणी कलेक्ट होऊ लागलं, ज्या डॅम्समध्ये पाणी कलेक्ट होतं तिथे ते पाणी पाझरायला लागलं जमिनीमध्ये, आणि त्यामुळे काय झालं, जमिनीमधील पाण्याचा स्तर हा वॉटर टेबल हा इन्क्रीज होऊ लागला. According to farmers, the wells have water now, and now their farmers, they are speaking about, they are having now their wells are having water now, and the water that flowed into the sea and was wasted has become available for irrigation. When in that area, particular area, when rain was there, the rainwater will be passed to the river, and from the river it is flowed into the sea, and that is the water will be wasted. Now that water, they are stored into the dams, and that percolation, because of the percolation, it recharged the aquifers, and now they can use for the irrigation. Now that rainwater they can use for the irrigation purpose. Now our next point, what role you can play to save the water. What role you can play to save the water? You have ever shown concern if you saw the tap leaking in your house, school or any other place? Now here one question is asked to you. Have you ever shown concern, चिंता वाटणे, काळजी वाटणे, if you saw a tap leaking in your house, school or any other place? तुम्हाला कधी चिंता वाटली, काळजी वाटली का, एखादा नळ गळत आहे किंवा एखादा नळ लीक झाला आहे आणि त्यातून पाणी वाहत आहे, कधी तुमच्या घरी, स्कूलमध्ये किंवा कुठल्याही प्लेसवरती? Yes, it is an concern. We have to concern about that, because leaking taps waste a lot of water. You must make efforts to stop this leakage, and we have to make the efforts to stop that leakage. There are the number of ways you can adopt to minimize the wastage of water. You are already aware about that. And let us begin. We have given a few examples and add on this. Now here two examples are given. You can add more in that. Water wise habits. Water wise habits. First one, turn on taps while brushing. When you are brushing, that time you have to turn off the tap. Second one, mop the floor instead of washing. You have to mop the floor instead of washing. Now our last point, 16.8, effect of the water scarcity on plants. The most important point from this chapter. What I am telling you, the most important point from this chapter, effect of water scarcity on plant. Now see, you must have seen potted plants wilting and ultimately drying up if they do not get water even for a few days. Now when we potted some plant or any plant in the pot, what happens? Suppose we are not giving water for that particular plant, what will be happen? It will be wilt, and ultimately it will be dried up. Because we are aware about that the plants, they need water to get nutrient and to prepare their food. Now here, wilting means निस्तेज होने, कोमेजने. You have must seen potted plants wilting and ultimately drying up if they do not get water even for a few days. You have already learned in chapter 1, nutrition in plants, that plants need water to get nutrients from the soil to prepare their food. Just imagine the consequences of water is not available to plant. Now just imagine, suppose water is not available for the plants. Can they make their food? No. And when they are not making their food, we are not getting the food, and because of that, it means end of the life on the earth. Now see, the green character of the planet shall be lost. The green character of the planet shall be lost, and this may mean the end of all life. And that is the meaning of it is the end of the all life, because we are directly or indirectly depend upon the plant. I already taught in chapter 1, we are directly or indirectly depend upon the plant. When these plants are not prepared their own food, they also lost their life, and because of that, the herbivores and carnivores, they cannot depend the herbivores, they cannot get their food, and the carnivores, they cannot get their food, and whole life will be ended on the earth. This may mean the end of all life for a world. Without plants shall mean no food, no oxygen, not enough rain, and innumerable other problems. That is the meaning of that. Suppose water is not available the plant, then they cannot prepare their food. It means the green character from the planet should be lost, and this means the end of all life. And for the world without plant, there should be there should be no food, no oxygen, not enough rain, and it's innumerable other problems. Innumerable, the countless problems will be there. We are aware about that. From plants we get food, they are giving oxygen to us, they are using carbon dioxide and they are providing oxygen to us, and they are performing a major role into the water cycle to prepare rain. That's why here no enough rain will be there. And the last one point was mentioned here, a successive initiative. Rajasthan is hot and dry place. We are aware about that. The challenge of natural scarcity of water was met by a successful experiment. We are aware about that Rajasthan is a hot and dry place, and the challenge of there to natural scarcity of water and made by successful experiment. A band of social workers has transformed a dry area in the Alwar district into the green place, and some people, some social workers are there, they transport dry place in Alwar district into the green place, and they have revived 5 dried up rivers. And they revived 5 dried up rivers: Arvari, Arveri, Ruprel, Sarsa, Bhagni, and Jajwal, by constructing water harvesting structures. And they are using rainwater harvesting system, and dried up they revived 5 dried up rivers: Arveri, Ruprel, Sarsa, Bhagani, and Jajwal. In this way, they are taking their successive initiative to make a hot and dry place into the green place, into in a green place. Today our this chapter is completed, chapter number 16 completed. I send you PDF, you have to solve question and answers.